6 billion people on Earth. KV had a 90% kill rate. That's 5.4 billion people dead. The other 588 million killed and fed on everybody. Every single person that you or I has ever known is dead!
I Am Legend is a science fiction thriller starring Will Smith as the sole survivor of a deadly pandemic. The story begins when a genetically altered virus mutates with catastrophic consequences. In a short while, the virus has wiped out most of the world's population, while the few who survive contagion transform into highly aggressive, nocturnal creatures known as the Infected.
I'm not gonna let this happen.
This isn't up to you. You can't.
Here are the top 10 weird but true facts. Be sure to stick around to the end for a bonus fact. Number 1. Will Smith grew so enamored of his canine co-star Abby that he tried to adopt her when filming was finished, but the dog's trainer could not be persuaded to give her up. Number 2. During the scene in which Smith's character spots the mannequin named Fred outside of his usual spot, Fred is played by a mime and actually does turn his head very slightly.
The hell are you doing out here, Fred?
This was meant to make the viewer feel a sense of fear and confusion. Number 3. To prepare for the role of Robert Neville, Will Smith met with former prisoners who had done time in solitary confinement. They told him that the key to getting by in solitude is to have a strict schedule and stick to it. This was all incorporated into his character and the script. Number 4. The most devastating scene of the entire movie is when Neville's dog Sam gets infected with the virus and begins to turn. Smith's character does everything he can to save her, but he ultimately is forced to kill his very last companion. Sam had been the puppy Neville had given his daughter as a gift and the only piece of his family he had left. Number 5. About a week into the shoot, director Francis Lawrence felt that the prosthetics used on the infected were unconvincing and decided to go with CGI instead. The actors were pale and covered in a chalky powder and looked like a gang of mimes running across Washington Square Park. It didn't work at all. If you're enjoying this content, please hit the like button and support the channel. Thanks. Now back to the countdown. Number 6. One of the most striking sequences is the flashback of Robert Neville's family trying to escape Manhattan, ending with their helicopter's destruction and the collapse of the Brooklyn Bridge. The production was an enormous effort, involving a 250-member crew, 1,000 extras, and 160 members of the National Guard. The 6-night shoot cost over $5 million. Number 7. There is a scene set in Times Square where a logo for a Batman and Superman movie appears. This scene was filmed nearly a decade before Batman vs. Superman. Dawn of Justice was released in early 2016. The logo wasn't part of a long-term marketing strategy. Rather, it was an Easter egg referencing a script for a Batman and Superman movie written by producer and screenwriter Akiva Goldsman, which was never made. Number 8. The script was originally set in Los Angeles, but it was changed to New York. There's something about the iconic images of New York being deserted that immediately jolts you into the film. Will Smith explained. It almost seems like Los Angeles could have ruined what was created. I don't even know where you would get that feeling in Los Angeles. Number 9. Although the villainous infected didn't have much in the way of comprehensible dialogue, their voices were provided by a surprisingly iconic musician. Faith No More frontman Mike Patton lent his trademark growl to the creatures, giving them a ferocious yet distinctly human quality. Number 10. There are large portions of I Am Legend with no dialogue from Smith's character. The abundance of silent scenes throughout the movie was largely the part of director Francis Lawrence, who was inspired after watching 1993's The Piano on silent so that he wouldn't disturb his sleeping newborn son. The filmmaker believed that the movie would be at its best if the audience was able to figure things out without the characters speaking, and that their behavior should do the talking. Now for a bonus fact. An alternate ending was filmed in which Neville retreats to his underground lab with the two survivors as the infected break in. He discovers that the female creature he had captured has been cured, finally finding a solution to the infection. As the infected enter, it becomes clear that they have retained some of their humanity and are only there to rescue the female. Once Neville returns the cured female to them, the infected allow him and the two survivors to escape. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit the like and subscribe button and check out more interesting videos on this channel. See you next time.